An absolute bombshell out of the Big Apple. Time now for some instant analysis presented by Tylenol. Rapid release gel caps, rapid release for rapid relief from Tylenol. As we welcome in our insider, Elliotte Friedman. And Elliotte, before we get to essentially what happened, I want to get your thoughts on this because, you know, you get paid to break news. You get paid to have your finger on the pulse of the NHL. But how shocking was this news of the firing of Jeff Gorton as well as John Davidson from the New York Rangers?
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most stunned, I'm about a 92 right now, Dave. I was astonished. I really was. And, you know, just looking at my phone after the tweet started coming out, there was a lot of holy bleep. There was one GM who texted, "Are you sure this isn't another one of your mistakes, Friedman?" Like people didn't believe it. Like they just didn't believe it. They were absolutely shocked. I think everybody's stunned.
Yeah, I thought you were hacked for a minute there. Congrats, you did break this news. But walk us through it because there's so many layers to this. But maybe what's most peculiar is the timing. The Rangers have just 3 games left in their season. Okay, that's item one. Item two, it comes 24 hours on the heels of a scathing press release from the Rangers, essentially calling out the NHL players, safety department, and specifically George Parros. So put it all together for us, the timing of this announcement.
Yeah, I mean, that adds another layer to it, Dave. And it was hard not to, when news of this first started seeping out, that not to think that all the events were connected, that maybe it had something to do with the statement that was released on Tuesday night attacking the National Hockey League and specifically George Parros, the head of the Department of Player Safety. But, you know, those two people, John Davidson and Jeff Gorton, had nothing to do with that statement. That was an ownership-driven statement. And I don't think that their firings had anything to do with the statement. What I do think, David, is that, you know, I think James Dolan was frustrated. You know, I think that had everything to do with him. And I think that in his frustrations, some of his feelings about the hockey team boiled over. Like, I think the Rangers have come a long way in a couple of years since they declared that they were going to rebuild. They got Panarin. I think they are really improving, but he didn't feel that way. He felt the team was not far enough along as he wanted it to be. And I do also think that James Dolan didn't like the way that the team reacted to the Wilson situation, the fact that they really couldn't defend themselves. Now, I don't know if that was the biggest reason, Dave, but I do think it was a factor.
Seems so incredibly impulsive, though, because by all accounts in the hockey world, we look at this as a fairly meteoric rise for the New York Rangers, and here they go and they flush out their front office. One final question. Chris Drury, you've announced, will be the new GM as well as president, right?
Yes, I'm told president and GM will be his title. I think it's going to be announced before tonight's game formally.
Okay, and walk us through that decision.
Well, you know, Chris Drury's had opportunities to go elsewhere. Minnesota wanted to talk to him. Florida wanted to talk to him. As a matter of fact, there was a time it looked like he was going to be the GM in Florida this year. New Jersey's wanted to talk to him. Buffalo, where he played, has wanted to talk to him. And either he's turned down the opportunities or he's just decided no, because I think he always wanted to be the GM of the New York Rangers. And now he is. So I think once it was announced that they were making the change, I don't think anyone's surprised that he's the guy who's taking over. I also wanted to add, David, I'm still looking into whether or not the Rangers will face any league discipline for the statement that was released on Tuesday night. I'm told nothing will be announced or decided today.
All right. Well, great stuff as always. Elliotte Friedman, the insider, bringing some instant analysis to what has been just a bizarre day in the Big Apple with the New York Rangers. Thanks, Elliotte.
My pleasure, David. Take care.